I'm taking 4 popular video games and building each of them a room in level 3 of our video game tower. So, let's go. Now, you may be wondering why I'm making this video, because the last video game tower video didn't hit 75,000 likes. And I'm doing it just because a lot of you guys still want it, and that video is probably never gonna get 75,000 likes. To start off, we need our base plate, like always, for each of the games. It is 4 different colored squares for the 4 different games we're gonna be building. And to start off, we're gonna be building on the blue one, which the video game we're gonna be building on this square. A lot of you guys requested Fall Guys. But before I start building the Fall Guys room, I do own Fall Guys, so I'm gonna play it for a little bit to get some inspiration from the game. So let's play some Fall Guys. You could probably say I'm a Fall Guys pro. Kind of. Now I need to build some of the Fall Guy Bean characters. To build them, I took some minions from Despicable Me, and sadly I had to rip off their heads. It's okay, they'll be fine. And I put some different heads on the bodies with custom faces. So there's a yellow and orange one, a purple, blue, and yellow one, and the last one's the funny red tall neck one. Now I just need to bring back the base plate, and we got everything we need, so let's start building the Fall Guys room. And here is the Fall Guys room all finished. It took me a little bit to decide on what level I wanted to build, but then I ended up deciding to build the top of Fall Mountain. I have the little Fall Guys right here, all trying to jump to get the crown first, and whoever touches the crown first wins the game. The yellow Fall Guy is really close to the crown, the purple Fall Guy is jumping for it, and the red tall neck Fall Guy is probably not gonna win. Underneath the crown, I built the conveyor belt that's right there, so when you're playing the game, if you jump for the crown and miss it, you fall on the conveyor belt, and it launches you far away. And in the back, I built one of the 4 giant pink cannons that launches a giant ball and slows down the players. And yeah, that is pretty much it with this room, so let's go on to our next game, which is Crossy Road. Crossy Road is one of, if not my favorite mobile app game, and I would say I'm pretty good at Crossy Road, so I'm gonna play it a little bit before we start building. And there you go, I got a score of 160. Comment down below what your high score is in Crossy Road. Now for Crossy Road, I built the famous chicken out of Lego, and it's looking pretty cool. It's got its beak, its legs, and some pretty simple eyes. And I would say it resembles the chicken from the game pretty well. Let's just hope he doesn't get run over by a car. Now here's a red card that the chicken tries to avoid in the game, and I'm gonna be using it in the build. So I've got everything we need, so let's start building the Crossy Road room. And here is the Crossy Road room all complete. Here's the Crossy Road chicken right here. I had to use some transparent pieces to keep it up because it just kept falling all the time. And the chicken is walking straight towards the road, where the red car is coming through a tunnel driving on the road. On the left side of the chicken, I built one of the simple trees from the game. And on the right side, I built one of the rocks. The game is pretty simple, so this was a pretty simple build. Now let's go into the third game, but before I tell you what the game is, I want to tell you that we're trying to beat McDonald's in subscribers. We are under 100,000 subscribers away from passing McDonald's in subscribers, so if you want to help us out in the war against Ronald McDonald, please consider subscribing. Now in the tan spot, we're gonna be building a Roblox game called Trouble Trains. Huh? Now you're probably asking, well, Corbin, what is Trouble Trains? I've never heard of that game. Well, it technically isn't a popular game yet, unless you go play it, because it is actually made by my 2 brothers. Yeah, this guy, you've probably seen him before, he made it. It's pretty much a fun game where you're a toy and you're on a toy train and you drive around and blow up things, and soon it will be getting a massive new update, so if you want to go check it out, link in the description below. My brothers will be very happy if you go play it, and you probably don't want Bryden raging at you. Alright, now I'm gonna try the game for a little bit. I would say it's a pretty fun game. You got a cool train, explosions, rocket launchers, more explosions, and you guessed it, even more explosions. For the minifigure of this build, I'm using a Lego noob minifigure. He looks very newbie. Please don't correct me in the comments if that's a word or not. And for the noob, I built him a rocket launcher from the game. And we can give him the rocket launcher. And now because he's got the rocket launcher, that probably means I need to edit in a bunch of explosions. And for the other part of the build, I have the toy train. The front of the train is red and green, and the little cart behind it is yellow and blue. And now the noob can ride on top of the train with his rocket launcher, which means I need to add more explosions. We have everything we need, so let's start building the Trouble Trains room. And the Trouble Trains room is finished. Right here is the noob with his rocket launcher, I guess more explosions. And to the left of the room is the toy train coming out of a tunnel, which is also connected to the same tunnel from the Crossy Road room. On the ground, there are a bunch of different boxes and other random toys. And on the right side, there is a very tall desk with, for some reason, a couple $100 on top of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the Trouble Trains room. If you want to go check out the game, link in the description below. Go check it out. But now it's time to go to our final game, which is probably the most requested game out of any other game you guys wanted me to build. It is none other than Garten of BanBan. And I have never played this game, so I don't really know much about the game, but you guys really wanted me to build it, so I'm gonna do it anyways. I looked for a scene to build from the game, and I decided to go with this one right here. So the first figure of this build is gonna be Jumbo Josh, the big green guy. And then I built this other minifigure, which is supposed to be the player, and they seem very scared of Jumbo Josh. I got everything I need to build this final room, so let's get to building. And here is the Garten of BanBan room. Pretty much in the scene, you're on a platform and it lowers down into a dark room, and Jumbo Josh comes out of nowhere and starts pulling down on the platform. To make it look like Jumbo Josh is pulling down on the platform, I have it tilted a little bit, which makes it look extra cool. Jumbo Josh has two giant green hands grabbing each side of the platform, pulling it down. A part of the railing is flying off, and on the platform there's a little green button and this light that flashes white and red. And yeah, that's pretty much it with this build, which means we're done with this level of the video game tower. So now it's time to stack it with the rest of the levels. And there you go, the third level of the video game tower is complete. If there's any other video games you want me to build, comment them down below. Also, if you didn't know, I've been posting a new YouTube short every single day where I'm buying some of the weirdest and coolest minifigures of every year. And all of them are going to be fighting an AI army and Elon Musk on the final day. So if you're interested in seeing a new Master Builder short every single day, you should go check it out.